looking at Luis Diaz, I'm looking at Josa, I'm looking at Charles Darwin Nunez. Will those guys fill in the gap that Mane's departure has created? It's really gone, man. I thought that was going to be like a last minute, thing of like, hey, no, Mane, whatever he wants, we love him and everything, and he's gone. Look, we can have a back and forth as to they didn't give him what he wants, they didn't appreciate him. They were going to give him what he wants. He wanted too much. He was always going to go. They give him everything, and his mind has already says, we can say all these things and so forth, but that's not what I ever want to talk about. Because I don't think that's what the focus should really be. We have to deal with what is. He is gone. Liverpool will no longer have Sadio Mane. They'll no longer have LDO. And what will those effects be, and what kind of effects things should be? Look, when Mane came from Southampton, I was like, okay, because I remember, I think they scored like 3 or 4 goals in one game for Southampton. I was like, okay, this Southampton doing is fine. I know where did I think that guy from Southampton was going to turn it into the guy that we now see now on the club, where at a point people were even considering that maybe this guy can be at least a top 3, not to win Ballon d'Or, but at the very least a top 3. That's what he was doing. We cannot deny that the 2020 season, I believe, was it the 2020 season? I believe the season that Liverpool won the league, Mane's goals won the most points. In that season that Liverpool won the league, Mane's goals won Liverpool the most points. Sometimes, what is it that I always say? It's not how many you score, it's when you score. It's not the volume of goals, it's the importance of the goals. Both are important. Volume of goals are important, but so are the importance of goals. Because you can start part only once. I need those winning goals. I need those equalizers. I need that first goal in a tight game. And Mane, he'd always get the first goal to break the deadlock. He'd always get that equalizer, always get the winning goal. Those crucial goals. And that's a very important thing to have. And I think look, Mane was not always great. Let's be clear here. He was not always amazing. No player is. And when he was bad, yeah, he was bad. Every player goes through that time when you are struggling. But when this guy was good, when Mane was good, in my opinion, he was Liverpool's best attacking player because of just how unpredictable he was and how unorthodox he was. Because what's made Mane dangerous when he was at his best was you don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to go right? Is he going to go left? Is he going to go for a shot? He didn't have a pattern of play. And I think as a defender, that is always very difficult to defend. Two things that are difficult to defend. You can have like your Robin or your Messi, where Robin Messi, you know what they're going to do, but you can't stop them because they're so good at it. And then you have the guys like a Sadio Mane, or even like on a Okocha or a kind of Wonko, where you don't know what these guys are going to do, and it's very hard to predict where they're going to go. You look at Liverpool's success under Klopp, and Mane has been pivotal. Whether it's the 99 points with the winning the league, whether it's the freaking UCL. Remember, he was the guy that won that penalty. It was him that won that penalty in that final against Tottenham. So he has always been in very crucial moments in Liverpool's victories under Klopp, man. And the crux of the question here is this: is that regrets. Will Liverpool regret allowing Mane to go? Will Liverpool regret not being like, no, Mane, whatever you want, we need you. You are that important. And it's a difficult thing because I want to keep it real here. Mane ain't Messi. He ain't Cristiano. And some may say, based on output effectiveness and political stuff, he ain't Mbappe. So you can maybe understand you doing everything to keep a peak Cristiano, to keep a peak Messi, specifically those guys. So let's take away hearing those guys. So look, man, we're Liverpool. We cannot sort of just pretty much just give up ourselves just for one man. We have to move on. But my thing though is, this is just where I think the danger may lie. I do believe in that. I do believe that you shouldn't do everything to keep one player because I believe in a sense of self-respect. Are you listening? I just believe that you can try and keep a player, but your club should never succumb to one player. You should always believe that, the grass can be greener on the other side. We can move on. It may be difficult, but we can move on and we can move forth. Who would have thought that Liverpool would have actually won the Premier League once Gerrard retired? Many fans would have thought, oh my gosh, without Gerrard, because we're so close that last 1 year, when are we going to go close? It happens. So these things can happen. But I'm just looking at it because I'm like, what Mane brought to Liverpool was something very unique. Salah, he brings volume of goals. You already know what Jota brings as well. He was also a good goal scorer as well, not as a high volume goal scorer. But what I think Liverpool have to replace is that importance of goals, those key goals, those important goals, and a guy that brings something a bit unorthodox and different to the attack. Now, that may be Luis Diaz, but can Luis Diaz match the goal scoring of a Mane? We don't know. That could be a Darwin Nunez, who people may say, okay, he's a goal scorer. If he hits the ground running, boom. We don't know. He may need time to readjust to the Premier League, a different league and a different environment, a different set of players, or he could hit the ground running. We don't know. But all I'm saying to myself is that, Mane provided something very unique for Liverpool. And Liverpool's successes with this team and this setup, Mane is an important aspect. That's a very key thing you have to really understand. That Mane has been a crucial, not just a bit player, a pass player, so that he's been a crucial cog and a crucial piece to the successes that Liverpool have had under Klopp. The major successes, which I look at, the EPL, that 1 point lost to City, and of course the UCL. And like, I don't know what was in Mane's mind, because whether it was a case of I don't feel appreciated and so forth, okay, or whether it's a case of, oh no, I just want to try something new. I just need a new challenge, a new environment. And you know what? It is what it is. You can never expect a player to fully retire and stay at one club. But from the outside in, it just seemed as if, Salah and Mane, they're going to just keep on doing this. You see, Firmino, okay, he needs to be moved on. Firmino needs to be moved on. But I just think that, in Mane and Salah, these are just going to be two stalwarts who are pretty much just going to spend their best years at Liverpool. I never really believed Mane would leave Liverpool. I never believed. I just thought, no, man, like, he's too important for these guys. He's one of your best players. He's one of Liverpool's best players, and he's very important to what Klopp wants. So look, man, for Mane, I'm excited to see what he does for Bayern. I'm excited to see what he brings Bayern. I'm excited to see him, what he does for Bayern in that UCL, and maybe what he can bring if we're assuming that Lewandowski is leaving. But that's just the key thing. Liverpool, are you going to regret losing Mane, and how much of a loss will Mane be? You have to always move on. You can never allow one player to hold your club down, and you must always move forward. That is the key thing for any club. But I'm just saying to myself, I'm looking at Luis Diaz, I'm looking at Jota, I'm looking at Darwin Nunez. Will those guys fill in the gap that Mane's departure has created? I don't know. They could, but I don't know. But I just believe it's a big loss because Mane was a big time player for Liverpool, man.